What's happening, everybody?
What's up, people?
Tom, what's going on, man? Long time no see for a
Yeah,
little
brother,
bit.
how you doing?
Doing good. Just working a lot and, just hanging. Getting
Yeah,
ready for the birthday weekend. So
yeah.
I turned the big 37 on Wednesday.
37. Let me do the math really quick. That was 13 years ago for me. Good Lord.
We ain't that far off. I mean, we're still like within the same realm.
Yeah,
Brother,
yeah,
I see the shows, man. How's everything going? I saw Patricia McDowell. I mean, everything's looking good for you.
yeah. It's going good. I got Patricia, Stephanie on tonight. Stephanie
Okay.
Lightweiss Watson. She's on tonight. She'll be rolling in, and then I'm actually taking off to go to Bobby. I'm actually taking off to Vegas for work. So my show after that, when I have Michelle Roos on, I'm actually going to be doing it from Vegas.
Okay. I've
So
actually talked to Michelle Rouge. She's been on one of my other shows. She's
yeah,
actually great.
yeah, yeah. I'm since I'm going to be gone when I have her show on. Right now, I'm writing up all my advertisements and everything else, so I can just take them with me on my laptop and post them as I'm there instead
Yeah.
of trying to create it when I'm out there. But yeah, I got a lot of cool guests coming on.
She was
The last ones.
she was on the show where we were representing the Mysterious Adventure Stores.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with Maria. So
yeah,
anyone definitely go check out the Mysterious Adventure Stores. We're gonna start promoting that again too. I got to talk to Maria.
yeah.
But yeah, we got that down.
She just had a big event that just took place out at Rock Island this past weekend too. So she was out there and she had she had a huge group out there. It was not just an investigation, but also, just a big kind of get together.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool. I talked to her last night, and they got some stuff coming up too because she's also a host of her own show, stuff like that. So 37 over 20 years ago, huh, Nighthawk? You old fucker.
Nighthawk.
Oops, sorry.
What's happening, brother? All family here now. We're just waiting on TARYN.
Yeah, I know. People popping in to see my ugly face and they're expecting to see Taryn's pretty face. They're like, oh my God. Closing
Oh,
cameras
good.
and stuff like that.
I was gonna send you a link anyway because we haven't talked in a bit, and
Yeah.
I know things are going good, and I'm not here as much. I'm working on the movie side of it plus my job.
Yeah.
I
How's
pretty
that
much
going?
live at work,
How's
but
that?
I
How's the
casted
work?
an entire crew. Tom,
Yeah.
I got a whole movie crew ready to start this up.
Nice.
BB3 is gonna go far. You just got to believe in it. The manifestation will always work.
Yep, it will.
You know,
Words have meaning. I
truly.
always tell people that. So,
When we had full in what we are going to be a year in what is today, the 20th, 21st,
21st.
21st. We will be 1 year tomorrow,
Wow.
BB3 TV.
1 year tomorrow. Ooh.
And look how far we got.
Yeah, already.
Imagine what 5 years will hold. There's Tom Nally right there. The other owner, I mean the brother.
Um,
I'm just Tom, if you're listening right now, I just said we'll be 1 year old tomorrow. Imagine what 5 years is going to hold for BB3 TV. If
definitely.
we got this much accomplished, and we fell in a year, we fell and then rose back up.
So,
Imagine what 5 years will show.
I do want to let you know that Bobby Thomas is on here. He said hi to us already. He's part of my team for Dimensional Encounters Paranormal.
I talk to him all the time. Well,
Yeah.
not all the time anymore, but Bobby,
Yeah, but we did an investigation this past weekend, and we actually went live a handful of times and posted them here on BB3. So hopefully people got a chance to go out and take a look at those.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure the numbers were in there. I haven't gotten.
I haven't gotten there to look. We literally just got back to the investigation yesterday, so it was just a kind of a down day yesterday to rest and recoup after everything that took place, as far as just staying up so late and stuff like that. Bobby got rushed. Something rushed onto Bobby, so apparently they thought he was pretty, so they rushed onto him.
I got to go back and check it. I just noticed you're wearing a sports team shirt. I'm wearing one too. I'm wearing a Lakers, even though we're not doing so good.
Well, this is actually the Creighton Blue Jays. So
Okay.
I'm doing the Creighton Blue Jays because they're a local basketball team here, and they're actually doing I haven't checked if they're still in the Sweet Six or in the finals or not, but last I saw, so I was supporting them.
Okay.
because they're right here. Yep.
Well, go Blue Jays and go Lakers, even though you're
Go
pretty much
Lakers. Hey,
done.
Lakers is my team too, brother. Just so you know.
Really?
I've been a Lakers fan since oh my god, the olden days. We're talking Worthy and even I even have Magic Johnson's autograph.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's
Hopefully he didn't sign that in blood.
but bump. No, I got all kinds of different things from the Lakers when they were from way back when. It was yeah, you're welcome, Nighthawk. he says
yeah, he got no sleep.
So, Nighthawk, well, because he was up watching our late night lives, so he stayed up with us, and
cool.
And we were getting some chatter through an Estes series and seeing how that took place. So between him and a lady that was on there named Sharon, they were kind of feeding us back and forth advice and stuff to question and everything else. So
nice.
We kind of did that. So appreciate them being
a big part of this
early mornings.
I'm not sure if you got to meet Sharon. I'm sure you're talking about, I believe, Sharon Phillips. She's
yes.
a big part of this. She's actually a mod for our other gaming show. And she's a big part of Bb3Tv. Yeah.
Yeah, no, she popped in there and helped us out. She was saying, I think this is what it's trying to tell you, and you might want to ask these type of questions. So we kind of went through with that, and that's what I was asking was stuff she was recommending. And then Nighthawk came in as well, and I was also back as running out with what Nighthawk was saying too, and finally got to there was so many voices coming through that they just stopped talking to us and started talking to each other. So we just kind of called it.
Yeah,
it was like 2:00 in the morning, so none of us were functioning right, anyways.
Yeah, no, I hear you. No, that's cool, man. I'm glad you guys did that. Kayla does that often here too, so I haven't seen her in a while. Matter of fact, it's time to start checking some BB3 members again, because it's about that month in where it's like we need the vendors to start showing their shit. I'm gonna start pushing out the bands again. When we took all the bands out of Bb3TV, the bands will start coming back in. I will be on the phone with them either today or Thursday.
So you're saying, to quote Peyton Manning, we're getting the band back together.
We are. Well, I'm watching them as they go. The ones that we removed so we could configure everything out. And they're doing live shows and stuff again. So this is everything I wanted. I mean, they can actually have their phone or somebody start recording them playing a live show. Not like, it was before with that stupidity. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, these are pros.
Yeah.
That will actually come in and they could actually show their live set and they could show their practices.
Yeah.
This will not only benefit the bands, but it'll benefit the viewers for the bands and us as well, working together and help promote live shows again, as well as we slowly move out of COVID-19.
Yeah.
So it is what it is as the world opens back up.
Well, I'm excited because a lot of stuff being lifted now that COVID's kind of going from a pandemic to an endemic. That it's kind of falling along the lines of what the flu is. Then we're starting to open things back up, so we're going to start seeing a lot more people. And I think BB3 has people behind it right now that are watching us, but because of the pandemic, they haven't stepped forward yet and say, "Hey, I'd like to be a part of this."
Right. I get it.
So
a lot of this started was because of the pandemic. Because I wanted to do the radio show, I started with that other company.
Right.
And then I wanted to just do entertainment. But however, though, it was easier with the viewers and stuff with the pandemic that happened. It was almost like a blessing in disguise without it being a blessing. Like people got to understand that they still can interact with people while, staying safe in their own homes.
While being isolated.
And it really grew. It's one of these things that grew into something that, people will now enjoy, instead of like going out all the time. Like they look forward to seeing Tom Springer. They look forward to seeing, et cetera, down the line of who we have and who other, companies may have too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I really appreciate too. I want to put this out there, but I also appreciate too. There's other sites that are advertising BB3.
Is it really?
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of them that I send out. BB3 is my home, my parent. This is my bread and butter right here. This is my number one place, but I've also shared out to other places as well. Right. Like with TARYN, I'm shared out to her Paranormal Brew, and stuff like that. But But there's other people that when I do that, they started going to BB3 because they're like, well, you're also out there. What else do we have out? What else do you guys have out there? And I'm hearing that. So people are, because they're watching my show somewhere else, they're like, well, you're on BB3. What else is on BB3? And they come over and they appreciate the fact it's just not all paranormal.
Sure.
Like, oh, you guys have on Dustin. So they have, you guys, they can get to this world, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All the links are out there and everything else. So they appreciate the fact that we're not just a standard paranormal site, and they don't realize that until they come into it. But it seems like the fact that we're able to go out onto other sites. The hosts are able to go out to other sites too while promoting BB3. That's bringing BB3 people in because they're like, oh, I want to go see what else these people have.
Right. And it's cool. Like, I'll never go to another place as far as broadcasting because I do paranormal when I do my stuff. I'll never go. Like, I am BB3 forever.
Right.
But I'm glad that other places are pushing it out.
Yeah.
And you know what? We don't mind pushing them out too. I mean, share their stuff. We don't neglect anything that, comes to terms when people are, sharing us. However, though, I know this with Tom and TARYN, like we'll never merge again. Like we've tried to help other people with us. We're by ourselves.
Right. And there's no reason you should. And that's what I tell people too. I mean, I've only had one other thing where someone has said, hey, would you come over to us? And I'm like, no. I'm like, BB3 is my home. BB3 is my family. It's not just a show. People need to understand this that are out there that are either watching this now or they're going to be watching this. BB3 is not a host show. We are a family of people that happen to be on a host show.
Right.
So people, anyone out there who's listening, you try to pull me over, good luck.
Yeah. But and then anybody poaching, they're gonna have to deal with, myself, TARYN, and Tom as well too, because we don't appreciate anybody poaching.
Right. Right.
And we don't do it to them. I mean, if you come to us, we'll always say, hey, you're welcome, but we don't want you just to pick one thing, even though the organic side of this, like when I picked you and, with the Cesare and stuff like that, the organic side of it is, you could destination out wherever you want. But then we showed you the ropes on how to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Tom Nally is the one that actually kind of figured that out. And then we did test runs. So there was a lot of math to do in the beginning.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of trials and errors and failures and, as you go with everything you do.
Yep.
But it kind of worked.
Yeah. But you'll notice everything I do, everything I list, everything I write out, every show I do, anything else, my very first listing on anything is always Bb3Tv. Mm-hmm. That's always the very first one that's going to pop up on anything I do. I even have my own page now that advertises my show specifically and tells them to come to Bb3TV to watch, because I don't post it to watch on mine. Mine is just the background about the show, and I'll copy and move the stuff over there after we've gone live and everything else, so people know if they want to come out and check out stuff I never learned from a school book, then they can come out and check it out and get more about it. But everything that is on Stuff I Never Learned from a School Book tells you, if you want to watch the shows, go to BB3 and stuff like that. So I know she's up and moving. I've already had a text with her this morning.
I just chatted with her a bit ago. So
I'm assuming she just, still waiting for the coffee pot to finish.
So she's feeding fur babies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's true. She's got a few of them.
Which I'm assuming it's cats and dogs.
Yeah. These cats.
Oh, she just texted.
Oh, okay.
She said she's coming on the show.
Nice. But
so yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, again, that's kind of how it rolls. Everything with me is starts and ends with BB3, and I appreciate the other shows allowing me to post there, because like I said, TARYN has her Paranormal Brew. She's part of BB3. She's an owner on BB3, but she has her own show, Brew, and she lets me post to her. Right. So it's within the BB3 realm and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool that we can share out like that.
Well, I've like you did with TARYN. She's got the Paranormal Brew. You've got your own page. I had the Real Talk with Don page. I've kind of let that just. I put that thing on idle. I haven't even been on that page. I'm sure I got messages on there, because if you want to find me, you can easily find me here.
Right.
But that's just me. Like, That's how I work.
Yeah.
You know,
Nighthawk, how do you forget you need coffee? I mean, are you that far gone that you forgot you need coffee? Is it that early for you right now that you can't even wake up enough to realize you need coffee?
I actually saw Nighthawk. You know, he went on the other night too. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
He's actually what was that? His first show he did?
I think so. I think it was.
All right.
It's funny. I think I'm the only one who actually calls him William. Everyone calls him Nighthawk, and
Nighthawk. He's forever Nighthawk.
Who calls him William?
And then I think we got to get a hold of. Well, I got to get a hold of Rob. See when his next video is going to be up too.
Yep. Talk to him about that.
And then Holly, what's going on with Holly? Without giving out personal things, I haven't been able to talk to anybody.
Still the same thing with Holly. Okay. They're right at the cusp of it though, so it's getting to where it's all gravy, all good. I would say probably give it another month.
Her spot's not taken, so it never will be.
Yeah, I would say probably give that another month just to kind of finish up, and I think she'll be good.
See, this is the family aspect of it as we're talking. So when a member here, a family member goes through things, your spot is always going to be the same. Whether you got to take off, we have another member going through. We actually have 3 members going through some shit, and sometimes me as well. That's why I don't have my shows.
Yep.
But not giving out names, but like what's going on with each member. Each member is taking their little bit of time to do their thing.
Yeah.
And their spot's never taken. That's called respect.
Yeah.
So, Tom, do your show real quick. I got to take this quick phone call. Talk about your show and what you got going. I'm going to mute and stop my cam.
Got it. No problem. All right, folks. So for those who don't know me yet, you will. How can you miss the beard and the fake mohawk? My name's Tom Springer. I do a show Monday night right here on Bb3Tv, and it's called Stuff I Never Learned from a School Book. I have a guest coming on pretty soon. Excuse me. I have a guest coming on tonight, as a matter of fact. I am doing tonight at 7 p.m. Central. For those who need the help, that's 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. I know a lot of people go, I don't know how to do the math in the time zone, so there you go. But my show's on tonight. I'm going to have on Stephanie. She's fantastic. Huge personality. If you've seen my commercials, you see that I really make fun of the fact that I start off with like, oh, she's real shy and she's quiet. No, she's not. She's not in any way, shape, or form. I do not expect to have any problems at all using up the entire hour plus we're going to use for this conversation that she and I are going to have tonight. So come out and join us. Like I said, it'll be a lot of fun.
Good deal.
Welcome back, brother.
We have about an hour before I got to run, so
Yep.
we could talk about a lot of things. TARYN will be on soon, and when I leave, you guys could start another StreamYard and do this all day long. Grab each BB3 member in. I am going to say this though: Wednesday is my birthday. I plan on. There's my mom right there.
I'm like 2 books. Hi, Mom.
I plan on hanging out with BB3 members on Wednesday night for my birthday. I'm going to grab a case of beer and hang out and have a community chat at night.
Sweet.
I'm probably going to bring Chaos in too because his birthday is actually tomorrow. So I'm going to bring him in probably Wednesday night. We usually celebrate our birthdays together, him and I, as brothers. Cool. And everyone should do something tomorrow. Do a live or whatever if you have time. Tom, you can do this anytime you want, like community conversations. Right. Do one tomorrow for the 1 year anniversary of the network.
Yeah. Today I'm lucky enough I was able to take today off because of the investigation this weekend. Tomorrow I'm back at work, but I'll see what I can do in the afternoon when I'm off.
Yeah.
Maybe someone else already running. I'll jump onto their show. I'm not exactly a shy, quiet person, so I don't have any problems jumping into shows. But yeah, that's good. I'm actually, I have not been here for the entire year, but I am very blessed and honored to have been here, and we're going to roll past our first year. So that's very cool.
Yeah.
Dom knows this, Tom knows this, TARYN knows this, that I very much appreciate the opportunity y'all have given me to be a part of this family of BB3. And hopefully I have taken that and ran with it and done it proud and showed along the same lines of what BB3 really stands for. So
for sure. That's for sure. I mean, you're a big hit here. So it's good. It's real good. You listened to everything we had to say, and just ran with it.
Right.
I mean, it's one of these things where it's like, You know, anyone could come in cocky, anyone can come up with their own shows, like shit like that. Like you could do this by yourself. You know, you don't need BB3 TV, but it's the networking and the foundation that we have, like the backup. That's
Exactly.
key.
I can reach out to anybody on this
Mm-hmm.
family and go, hey, I need help. And
Right.
everybody will jump in with an answer.
Right.
That's what's
It's
cool
true.
about it.
That's any new members that's coming. I mean, I'm talking to new members like daily, but they need to be a little bit more structured since what we had. I can't. I got to avoid, you know, that the stupidity.
Just
You
the
know,
just the outside noise. Yeah.
the outside noise.
Yeah. Exactly. It was the
And
outside noise.
they're
So
going through a little bit of uh, a background check of what they could do
yep.
and how they can pull it off. You know, if they are determined to have a show. I mean,
Yep.
we're always here to help. There's always a StreamYard open to help.
Yeah.
You know, but showing them the ropes instead of like having to hold their hand the
I'm
entire way through it.
I'm letting you know that it's a good thing you did not have to. I did not have to do a like a check when I came on because I would have failed miserably. Like, want to do a show? Yep. Cool. You got a show. Cool. Any kind of background check with me would have been like, not that guy.
It was good. Except for the fact that, you know, people talk a lot of big shit. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm gonna get this. I'll purchase this. I'll get this microphone. I'll get this. You
Yeah.
don't even need to buy big microphones. You could get a headphones with a little mic in it.
I'll
You
tell
know,
you what.
things like that. Nobody listens.
I'll tell you what. My if you guys want to do that, I'll tell you what. Send me a message. The microphone I bought, my little microphone I got right here, is $39.
Yeah.
And my camera I think was 50, and it works just fine. Unfortunately, it works really good enough that you can see me. So I apologize for that now that you can actually see me with this camera.
And StreamYard is free.
Yeah, it is. There's no way to go wrong.
Yeah.
Simply if BB3 wants to offer you the chance to make a difference in someone's life by coming on here and doing a show, and you have the wherewithal and the gumption and the drive to do it, take them up on it. Worst case scenario is that for some reason you're not comfortable with it, or you just don't think you can keep it up and you have to leave. That's the worst case scenario. You're not going to do anything that's going to hurt BB3 at all.
No.
As long as you follow the guidelines of what they request.
And it's pretty simple guidelines.
It's very simple guidelines. I mean, I am following the guidelines, and look at me. I am a troublemaker from the word go, and I follow the guidelines.
And honestly, I'm a prick. Tom's an asshole, and Taryn's straightforward. I mean, you literally can't do anything wrong here other than just being, how could I say it? How could I say it while being nice? Because remember we dealt with that. I keep bringing this up because he's like the blueprint of what not to do anymore here. You know what I mean?
Be authentic.
Authentic.
Be
slightly educated.
Yes.
And just true to yourself. And listen. Yeah. Just listen.
Yeah, I tell you what. If there's, I mean, Tom, and Taryn me carte blanche and run of what I'm doing, which is fantastic. But I do know that if for some reason I go sideways a little bit, one of them will come in and just put a boot in my ass, and I'm perfectly fine with that. But that's what you got to remember, people. This is a huge family, but what is Dom trying to do? He's trying to run a business. This is a business. Right. So you can't come on here and act like your siblings and stuff like that and be stupid about it. But where's that one?
It's so funny because I can't delete it.
I'm like, what is that one?
It's got me looking at it like, all right, so I could care less about it, but I can't delete it. So I would truly like block it and whatever, but it's the only one that I can't do it.
Look at that.
I mean, it's kind of funny. I mean, thank you. It means nothing to us, but whatever.
Right. You mean zero. Thanks for watching.
But for sure.
Yeah. All you did was give us another number. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Dumbasses.
So I don't know. All right, cool.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, so what were we saying?
Just new people coming on.
Yeah, and the new people coming on, like, and it's one of these things where it's like, if you do something wrong, we're just gonna say, hey, check yourself a little bit here. Just do this. We're not gonna say, hey, stupid or anything like that. We're
Yeah.
pretty much gonna say, hey, check this out. Like, please do this a little bit different from here, or just rearrange some words.
Yeah.
Then if it happens twice, we're gonna say, hey, we've already said this, right? Nothing happens 3 times. Remember what happened when it happened the 3rd time?
Done. See ya.
That's it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Nighthawk, you actually might want to get with Dom here and see what they do when they go out to do Grave Guys. Because they do
okay.
some pretty, I mean, that's something you may want to reach out to later on that one.
Lavaliers.
There you go. So, I see that.
So, yeah, lavalier.
Yeah.
Do that. It's nothing but like a lapel mic and stuff like that outdoors. You can find it. Now, as far as a camera being outdoors, the best camera you get, if you know how to upload onto, honestly, you could use your iPhone if you wanted to, but get like a protective case. But I love the GoPros as well, because we're going to be starting to upgrade into that.
And you can
go ahead.
You can get some of the older versions of GoPros for pretty inexpensive. I mean, it doesn't have to be a top of the line 4K, the brand new GoPro 4 or whatever. I don't even know what version they're on anymore. I have 2 of them in my hunting stuff, but I don't even pull out my GoPros anymore for the most part. When I go live, I do it on my phone. So
I get it. And see, the thing with the cameras and shit now, I grew up in film. People spend so much money on, lighting and cameras and shit. We're actually going to take the Bb3Tv movies and we're going to use GoPros. We're going to use the new iPhones because they shoot just like these cameras. I mean, you could buy a Red One camera now, or a Red One camera, like a phone style, I believe.
Right. Yeah.
But the lighting is low. So what do you do with that? You add more lights, and then in editing, you could dim out the lights. Now you can't add lights to anything in editing programs, but you could pull down. So movie making is simple now.
What's up, Darren? How you doing, brother?
What's happening, Darren? What's going on, brother? We're talking about movie making and being a part of the Bb3Tv family, what it takes and what we do. We're going to be here just about under an hour now, but yeah, that's what we're here. But good seeing you, brother. Thanks for popping in for sure. And within anything, like with scripts and stuff. So if anyone has ideas that, you want to film and do it on your own, start it up. I mean, we're going to take the time out to start filming here within the next, we're going to start with a documentary first. Not much at work. Yeah, I get you, brother. Thanks for popping in. Chill with us. Let your day go by a little bit with us. So we're going to start filming. We're going to do the documentary first because, most ghost hunting shows, we're going to start with a paranormal investigation. I plan on having Kenny Biddle in it. I'm probably going to try to fly TARYN out for it just to have, more input and, just let the family involved. I'm going to have you involved in it as doing an interview. I'm going to have you watch it and then interview and telling us what you think this was, breaking it all down. That's why Kenny Biddle would be. So, what's up?
How you doing, John?
Thanks for being here, brother. So we'll break it down like that. We'll do a documentary style because everyone has shows and all this type of shit as far as like ghost hunting. We're just going to do a documentary of, what we investigate and do one, maybe twice a year. We don't want to be that normal ghost hunting show having the same shit all the time. That's what Boo Hunters is. And Boo Hunters is a stupid word. It's because I came up with Boo Hunters for the fact that everyone's got this like crazy, dark ghost paranormal. I'm like, no, we're just Boo Hunters, man. And that's the symbol.
That's actually right there. That's Boo right there.
Yeah. So we came up with that. Everyone's so serious. And when I was at these conventions and watching people with their evidence and they were more involved in selling their T-shirts and all, I'm like, just make a stupid name and go with it. And we're going to sell Boo Hunter shirts. But hopefully we get some solid material.
Yeah.
And if not, we'll explain on why this is not real, why this happened. What these?
I had to say hi to a Zhang. I always got to say hi to a Zhang whenever she pops.
Zhang, what's happening?
Zhang is with us from Indonesia, so I always have to say hi for those who are reaching across the world to say good morning. So
John, I'll hit you up on that. We'll actually make some things work here. Because I plan on having a few people in with their point of views. Now, where's okay.
Oh yeah, you'll be doing a paranormal question of the day. That's right. Taryn's
Perfect.
busy today. She's popular.
Shank says I'm late.
Late to what?
So I guess to hang out with us. We're always here. We're always here.
So I'll let you know behind the scenes. It's not behind the scenes anymore. Just so you know, Zhang, I'm about to spill the beans.
Okay.
I am trying to work with TARYN and Zhang to actually get Zhang to come on to a show with us. So
Good.
she is always such a wonderful follower in everything we do. She always comes on. She's like Nighthawk. She shows up to everything we do.
Right.
And me and TARYN would love to have her come out on a show. Now we just gotta convince her. So
I've been out of the scene for like, I don't know, a week and a half, maybe 2 now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pushing for her to have her own thing here as far as her going on playing piano. I'm not sure if she said yes or no, but I would love her to go live and just make her a part of the family saying, hey, I don't care if her show's on or whatever.
Yeah.
If Zhang wants to play, she's going to play piano. That's the thing that's the beauty about it. If you're a pilot here, you have your normal set time shows. But however, though, because, all right, so we call host pilots, as everyone now knows. There's Patricia McDowell.
Hi, Patricia.
So if you have a show, your set time, you cannot go over, other people's times without asking. And most people say, hey, cool, right?
Right. Yeah.
But if you have a live that you just go live anytime you want, you could go over shows and stuff like that. You could do whatever you want. I'm about to knock all my shit over.
Well, too, that Zhang's son, I believe, also plays violin.
Oh, wow. See, that would be great.
Because she posted I believe that not too long ago of him playing violin, and it was fantastic. So that would be all kinds of good. I mean, it's a whole family thing, so why not?
Darren, go ahead and if you're on a radio show tonight, go ahead and post on Bb3Tv if you can to support you, so everyone could go in there and listen to the Paranormal Buzz Radio on top of different shows. So just to support. Darren's here. We got your back too, brother.
Yeah. Darren's always popping into my stuff now too. It's fantastic. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
I've been pushing it, Zhang. You just gotta say yes.
We have too. We've been trying to get her to come on and say, come on, let's go. And just trying to get her to pull the trigger. And I still got to work it out with TARYN. I think between the two of us, we can convince her to come to the show. But
and the greatest thing about it, Zhang, is there's no rush.
No.
Like, we're not telling you, you have to make the decision today. A year from now, you're still going to have the decision.
Right.
Please don't take a year to make it, though.
God, you mentioned how much longer this is going to be in a year. Oh, my goodness.
I know. I keep doing this. I'm looking at yours. I'm like, man.
I know. I look at yours and I'm like, oh, that's cute.
It is cute, right? I actually just had to cut it, too, for a film job I did a few weeks back, but I'm not cutting it no more.
Yeah.
They actually just called me the other day to see if I want to act in some things to be a bad guy again, getting chased by cops and shit and all that type of stuff. It's fun, but I mean, at the same time, I'm kind of doing my own thing.
Yep.
I don't really need my face out there as much as it's being pushed out there on my own. That's the thing about this, too. So I always wanted to be a famous actor. Those days are kind of gone. If it happens, it happens. Not famous, but, show skill levels as far as like what you could push.
Right.
You have to pay these friggin' agents. Yep. You have to go through all these hoops and all this type of shit with other people. They say you're not good enough for this. You're great at this. You could do this. Like, I'm not saying for me, but like in general, as far as like coming up in the entertainment world, you have to listen to a lot of people's bullshit. And really what it comes down to is you don't need any of those people. You could push your own shit out there. You could make your own reels. You could be noticed anywhere. I mean, look at half the people that are famous now. You don't need anyone. Like, agents to me are a dime a dozen. You don't need them anymore. What they have an in with somebody?
Right.
You know what your in is now?
Somebody.
Instagram and Messenger and shit like that. Right. Like, screw that. Hollywood has been honestly a fucking joke.
Nah, William, his beard's not long enough yet.
That makes a great Doug Dynasty double too. There's Bill Slevin. And yeah,
What's up, Bill?
my
How you
mom's
doing?
right. I did get hurt the last time I filmed with the cops. So they took everything. So I was running. I was actually out fucking running the cops and shit. So what they did when they actually tackled me for the scene, he put his fucking knees right into my ribs and cracked all my ribs.
Oh.
And I got up and said, "Don't you know this is fucking acting?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was out for weeks and shit. And then all of a sudden, guess what? No more paycheck because you're out for weeks and shit. That's how filmmaking works. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and you know, and I think you're doing it right. You went from, you know, wanting to do the filming, the acting thing, everything else. But look, what ultimately happens with all the actors and actresses? What do they want to do? They want to work behind the scenes. They want to develop their own after a while. So you just kind of just do that, you know?
It's for sure. And then like this opportunity that we're doing, the Bb3 TV, I could star in some of them.
Right.
I don't need anybody to tell me.
Yep.
You know, but my vision will be there.
Yeah.
With everyone else's vision. That's the whole thing. That's why it's going to be great. Bill, I got to get you back on one of the shows and stuff sometime. We got to, like, you're still in the back chats and stuff. So promote everything you do if you can. We actually just talked about, you know, all Bb3 TV members promoting. So promote everything you're doing. Bill's actually doing a lot lately.
Yeah, actually,
we can, Ajang. That will happen.
We definitely can. Dang, what was I about to tell you?
When I do shows, I always like having a co-host because with visual disabilities, it's easier for the other person to. I did the same thing, Darren. I did the same thing. I prefer. There's Farmer too. What's up? Good seeing you.
Hey, Farmer. Yeah, and I do the same thing, and I got that. I actually learned that from you and Tom. Is the fact that when people post over here in the comments, I actually bring it up like we do, and I read it out loud, just so people can hear it. If they're maybe people just have headphones on and they're walking around listening to our show, you know. But I want them to be part of it, so I actually bring up the comments like you guys do, and I actually read them out loud. And I got that from you guys. Otherwise, I would have just been bringing it up and just saying, "Hey, read it for yourself." But I don't do that. Well,
it makes them part of the show too, because if not, it'd just be us boring too here. Like it makes everybody feel they're part of what we're doing right now, a part of a live. You're a part of this.
Yeah, and
that's the blood that's running through these veins.
And that's what I tell my guests. I tell my guests now because I always talk to them before I have them on the show, and I tell them every single time. Guess what? My audience is fantastic at interacting with you. So expect a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Expect comments, and they're going to pop up because that's exactly what they do, and that's exactly why we're here. Is for them to ask questions or to make comments and bring in their own personal experiences and everything else. That's what makes the show a show.
Sure.
And they're like, we absolutely love that. We love the fact that your audience is so interactive. And I'm like, yeah, fantastic. And there's been a handful of them. Shut up, William. And there's been a handful of them that walk out there and they'll watch. Yeah, so I told them shut up. but they'll go out and they'll watch my show because they want to see who I am too before they come on my show.
Right.
They're like, holy cow, your audience is fantastic. They all like chime in and just want to talk and have their own experience with us and everything. I'm like, oh yeah, the audience is fantastic.
And it's great too how it works, like within the audience and the BB3 members. So when Tom's having a show, April's having a show, DeCesare's having a show, even if it's like 2 seconds, a BB3 will pop in and say, "Hey fam," or something. I'm the one that says, "Hey fam," whether I could be there for a second or not, and they give it a share. I mean, that's a number right there for us, and that's a support system. So if Tom has a problem with somebody, like, you know, there always will be a mod there.
Yes.
You know.
Yep.
That's the backup system we got. I mean, not to give everything away, but I mean, there's a pure backup here.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
And we have a backup to the backup. Like say something like
see? Look at this.
Look at that. There you go.
There's always going to be a BB3.
There's always a BB3 somewhere. But we, like I said, we always have and the thing about us too is we're fantastic as far as sometimes guests just have last minute emergencies.
Yeah.
And they can't come on. We are awesome about jumping in for each other and taking care of each other on the spot. So
because we always said it's not worth not having a show, because when it really comes down to it, and the way I noticed this, there's not you, not myself, or not this doesn't benefit us. There's a viewer watching that looks forward to watching a Tom, a Dom, a TARYN, and April that night. So if they don't come on, that kind of ruins their night. So it's always worth coming on just to come say hi. Even if you have an hour show, just do 30 minutes by yourself. You've done it.
Yep.
I've done it.
Yep.
You know, we try.
Hey, Jay.
Jay Hill, what's going on?
Yeah, and if for some reason like I'm not gonna be, yeah, we are everywhere. But if for some reason I'm not gonna have a show, I post it ahead of time so people know.
Right. Right.
I don't want people to get blindsided by them clicking on my link and there's just nothing.
For sure.
Yep.
It's one of these things. I'm not sure where TARYN is. She said she's still coming on. She had an issue with something. That's cool. She still might be on. We got about another 20 minutes before I got to run.
Yeah.
But you and TARYN could actually go on live afterwards, and I could jump back on after a while. Just send me a link after you guys do it.
Yeah, I'll have to see because I jumped on here, but I'm also building out. See you later, Darren. Thanks for coming on, brother. Good talking to you.
Sure.
But I came on in the midst of actually building out. I'm actually leaving for work next Sunday, and I'm out to Vegas for a week. But I'm still going to have my show that Monday. I'll just be doing it from Vegas.
Cool.
But since I won't have my setup here, I'm building everything out right now this week.
We've done 3 hours before too. Like, trust me, these community conversations are the best. Bill, we got to get you on one.
I think when Bill and I did our show, we went an hour 40 minutes.
There's the brew.
Well, there's the sky of the brew.
I gotta run in about 20 minutes, TARYN. But you could go on a little later or whatever with me, or Tom or whatever. Or Tom Nally is done at 3:15. So
what? What is going on? I don't even know what's going on.
I gotta leave in 20 minutes.
Why? Where are you going?
Run to the eyeglass place, and then I'll be back. But I'll be back.
Dude! Sorry.
TARYN Kerper, everybody. TARYN Kerper.
Hi, sorry. Oh, wait. How do I get... Oh, look. Yeah, hold on. Let me see that. Hi, Jing. Hi, Bill. Hi, Darren. Hi, Nighthawk. Hi, Jay.
She's going to catch up.
I am. I'm looking. Hi, Mama. I'm going to call your mom, Mama. Hi, Patricia McDowell.
We'll call Mom.
What?
You got surgical gloves on too.
Wait, how do I get back to you guys? Oh, there we go.
Surgical gloves. Why?
I told you I had some issues.
I'm like, who did you kill?
I had to clean some stuff up. I had a little cat issue this morning.
Oh.
Just before I was in the middle of feeding them, so I told Dom, I'm like, yeah, 10:30 school. And then before I know it, it's like, what time did I message you? I'm like, shit, I'm coming.
About a minute ago.
That was not a minute ago. That was not a minute ago.
Farmer says,
hi, Farmer.
Yeah. So yeah, we could do this a little later if you want to. I've got some time today.
Yeah.
Sure. My mom's.
Well, what time were you thinking?
God, I have a good joke here. I want to say 12, maybe 1:30 my time, 2:30 your time.
What? Are you trying to bust my balls about the timing that I got on here?
Yes.
Dom, I will come to Florida and kick your ass. So you know this.
I would assume it looks cold there today. What the hell's going on up in Jersey?
It's not. It'll be like, I think the high is going to be like 62, 64 or something. So yeah, it's cold.
Oh man, I would appreciate that.
It was cold last night. It's 72 right now. It's a bit chilly out.
I will tell you that we're going to get down to tomorrow 44 with the low of 30.
Isn't it summertime yet for you?
Yesterday was the first of spring, brother.
Oh,
first day of spring was yesterday.
It's crazy.
It's like summertime here right now.
How hot does your summers get?
Who are?
Yeah.
That doesn't help. Which one?
I said you, Tom.
Okay. Well, it ranges. We can get up into the hundreds, but you also, you guys, especially down in Florida, we also have that humidity that runs with us too, so that just sucks.
Yeah, but Oh, you have the humidity.
Yeah, we have the humidity. So, but normally we're averaging probably high 80s, low 90s over the summer, and then every once in a while we'll get up into the hundreds.
Hundreds.
But the humidity just kills us. It's I'm
Yeah.
out there golfing in 90-degree weather, and it feels like it's 110. So it's not good. And I'm still dumb enough to go out there to golf.
Tom, can
Yes,
you
dear.
talk about your investigation this weekend yet, or no?
Sure, I can. Oh, you mean the entire part of it?
Just, I mean, where you were and
So we were at Malvern. We were out at Malvern in Malvern, Iowa, at the Malvern Manor, and it was kind of quiet for the most part, except the fact that Saturday night Bobby got rushed by something. They're up there, and Bobby has a couple of his little toys going off in the corners, and he's sitting out by a doorway. And out of nowhere, something just comes through, and a couple of our people felt it rush by them, and it just slammed into Bobby like it tried going through him. And it shook him up enough that he lost his balance. He kind of lost his wherewithal where he was. He had to get up and come downstairs, go outside to ground and everything else. It shook him up pretty bad. And Bobby's not one to get shook up very easily. So.
Well, and you said you even had an experience, right? Like usually you repel.
Yeah.
But you said that you had something happen.
Well, I just have, I don't know. I got called out a couple of times by name. Things didn't like me very much.
Like called out how? Like you heard it where? Like with your ear?
They said my name. We were doing Estes. We were doing an Estes experiment, and they called out my name a couple times. But there was so much chatter going on in there, and then I would say something, and a female actually threw out, "Tommy," like berating me. "Tommy, you better not do that." And I was like, all right. And then later on, I got called an asshole. And then I got called an ass after my name came out again. So apparently they didn't like my my line of questioning or anything else. So yeah, it was overall, for the most part, it was very quiet. But when stuff happened, it seemed to happen at that general time in a very large amount. So
October 29th. I don't know if this is near you, but October 30th or the 31st. I think I'm going to be in Randolph. I'm going to be at Randolph County Prison, jail, asylum? Question mark? I'm not sure. Oh my God.
Where's it located at?
Indiana.
Oh, that's about probably good 7-8 hours away from me.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a plane away.
We drive. We're actually doing an investigation over there. So, and I think we're doing an investigation. Illinois, Indiana, somewhere out there, Ohio, that direction. So.
Ohio's like, well, it depends on where you're at. I used to live in Ohio.
Grab Kayla when you do that, Tom.
Where's she at? She in Ohio?
Ohio.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I can. Yes, I will. I will see where we're going because I don't have. Some of our stuff has had to be moved around because some people didn't get back to us. So we're trying to see what's next.
Now, my last 10 minutes here, I want to bring something up too because it's something I've been experiencing a lot lately. Okay. TARYN, you worked in a hospital, right?
Well, I'm in the medical field, yeah.
Okay. So I've seen a lot of weird shit, like within the past week, and I don't know what it is, but something on the floors felt weird. I've seen.
Oh, hospitals, definitely.
Yeah, I watched a lady one day, and this happened a lot with this week too. She had stopped me in my tracks. I watched her back like arch up and stuff like that, like first day I saw her, and then she like stopped me and she goes, "Do you see them?" And she goes, "They're everywhere." And I said, "What?" And she goes, "All the dead people." And I go, "All right." I get it. So nothing like that freaks me out being a ghost hunter. So I go to the nurse. I said, she's seeing dead people. And she goes, oh, yeah, she's crazy. You know, things like that. I'm like, I don't think she is.
You're like, yeah, I don't think
Like,
so. Yeah.
You know, this week I'm watching this guy on this floor, and I walk in there with a certain thing, and I said, where do you want me to set this? He goes, you know, just set it in the kitchen. And he's talking to somebody that's not there. Like, he's talking to his wife. And I'm looking at him. Karen's got to go. And I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me as if I'm in his house. Like, he sees his house, and he's like, wow, she was able to bring herself in. How did you do that? I didn't click on her.
I don't know what just happened.
That's weird.
Wait.
Yeah.
Ta-da. Okay, we're good.
Anyway, and then some other lady was talking to somebody, like literally in a pure conversation with somebody as I'm staring at her right in her face, and she's looking just slight right at me and literally talking to somebody in a chair that's not there. However, though, I really believe they're there. Yeah. I really think they're there.
I mean, I think maybe, a lot of times it could be hallucinations only because of all, like, you know, a lot of people. Are you in a hospital or a nursing home?
Hospital. All floors. Because there's a COVID floor, there's isolations, and then there's the...
I mean, it's hard because sometimes some of the medications that they're on can cause them to have, you know, hallucinations and stuff like that. But I do think I'm going to have, like I've had, I don't know if you've watched the other episodes that I've had. It was with Haunted MD, Dr. Moner. He works for a hospital. He's an ER physician.
Yeah.
And he has some stories, you know what I mean, about all that, about like, I mean, even a personal experience that he had when he had a patient code, and he said he felt like this like fresh, this like brush of air just go like past him, and he said like he knew that the guy had passed at that moment.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but yeah, I mean, but that's like when I worked in a nursing home. I remember, you know, we used to have to clean the people up when they passed away, and like one of the myths or the legends is, you know, you got to open up the windows to let the spirit out. You know, not a lot of places do that.
Well, there's no windows here because they would jump out of them.
Yeah.
What? There's no windows.
They're like there's windows, but it's almost impossible. Like they're darker and stuff. I can't.
Yeah, but you can open them.
These ones you cannot open.
Well, then
it's a locked in place. Patricia had said that same thing happened to her with the gentleman I know. It's one of these things. I truly believe it, and seeing it every day. Like I see it every day now.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Anyway, guys, I do got to run, so I got to close down the StreamYard. But Tom and TARYN, why don't you guys build one and continue the conversation?
Well, I'm gonna have to go because, like I said, I'm getting everything ready for my next week's this week. So I got to get my stuff moving too. I just want to jump in, say hi to all you guys, especially since I haven't seen you guys for a while. So
for sure. And then TARYN, I'm gonna text you as soon as I'm on the way back. If you want to build this, well, I'll just build a StreamYard when I get back and we'll go on. I think she's frozen, but if she can hear me, I'll text her. But what I'll do is I'll end the chat right now. Everyone, thank you for joining us on Bb3Tv. We'll be back.
What are you doing, Bubba?
TARYN, I gotta run, but I'm gonna text you as soon as I'm on my way back to the house. It shouldn't take long, okay?
All right.
So everyone, join us a little mid-afternoon. What?
Well, listen, I think at 3. I don't know if we do it before, but at 3 o'clock, I told Darren I would do his paranormal question.
Yeah, you're on with Darren. So yeah.
I think it's 3 o'clock my time. So, you know, so what?
I'll just text you, and then we'll just figure it from there. Okay.
Yeah. Well, now I'm good. So whenever.
All right. I shouldn't be long. So we'll just go with that. All right, guys. Bb3TV. We'll see everyone mid-afternoon and tonight with Tom Springer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.